The lines we were talking about going wide there, that was excessively wide by Wayu Nugroho. But I think he was just getting out of everybody's way. He did it beautifully yesterday to take third place away from Reza Danica. And sure enough, they take the checkered flag. So slowing down lap for them. Reza Danica stays at the top. Aiki Iyoshi. Another good non-race performance for him. Just 95 hundredths of a second off. Oh, and Muqtada just goes to take the fastest with a 147.6. So there's a statement of intent from the Honda Racing Thailand. One of the most popular riders in this series. I think going back to 2016, she was the Asia Dream Cup champion. That's when she first grabbed our attention, and she's been grabbing it ever since with a mixture of talent and determination and charisma. Really good rider, and I can safely say one of the very best female riders in the world. And she took top spot from Reza Danica. Aiki Iyoshi third. We'll look at those results in just a few minutes. And then there was the three Yamahas we saw running together of Ferozi, Aldi Sacher and Wayu Nugroho. Irfan Ardiancia 7th. 1 second covering the first 10. 10th was Cao Vietnam, the best non-Indonesian finisher yesterday, with a 5th place. Still 1 or 2 riders finishing this warm-up session. In fact, about 7 or 8. Coming across the line there, nothing changing at the top. So that was a 10-minute session. Next up will be Super Sports, who will be on track for 15 minutes. But let's look at those results there to confirm. Muqtada Sarapuch through a gauntlet down, 147.6 to be fastest. Reza Danica, Arens for Astra Honda, second. Third, Kiandra Ramdipa and Aiki Iyoshi, fourth. Fifth, Ferozi Torakatula. Sixth, Aldi Sacher Mahendra. Seventh, Wayu Nugroho. And eighth, Irfan Ardiancia. And Kiandra came through in that last group to snatch third spot in that warm-up session. Moving on to ninth, that was Felix Putra Mulia, Cao Vietnam 10th, 11th Tanat Long Pliao for Honda Racing Thailand, 12th Kevin Sama Kintel on a 148.6, decent session from him. 13th for East NJT Racing was Warwick Tong Nopakun, and Idlan Hakimi for IDEMITSU Bunsu Honda 14th. 15th Kiatisak Singapon in for the first time for Honda Racing Thailand. Herjan Atner, yesterday's winner, quiet session for him. 16th, 17th Ray Ratakuri, 18th Watcherin Tuptimon, 19th Luchan May, 20th Nguyen Duc Tan, 21st Irfan Haikor, 22nd Chihiro Ishii for SDG MS Hark Pro Honda. Mohsin Paramban, number 17, was 23rd. Long Nang Tze was 24th for Victor Racing. Ni Tian, also for Victor Racing, 25th. 26th Panchapon, and 27th Alif Adamsia. There's a 27 rider field. And next up will be Daniel in pit lane with another interview. And then in probably 5 minutes from now, there is a slight delay to the schedule. Coming up will be the Supersport 600 warm-up. Lots to talk about there, particularly on the tyre issue that we've seen. So stay with us. Daniel's coming up soon, and we'll be back very shortly with the Supersport 600 warm-up. This is day 2, race day 2 of round 4 of the IDEMITSU FIM Asia Road Racing Championship, coming to you live from Mandalika.
So we're down here at the Victor Racing Yamaha MLT Racing Team paddock. We're with none other than number 95 Nitian. So we would like to ask you first of all, there was a DNF for you in race 1. Could you tell us a bit about what happened?
I mean the accident.
Yeah, the DNF.
那个第一赛事的那个你发生故障跌倒那个什么问题？
是因为车辆有一点机械故障，所以说摔车了，第一回合摔车了。
Yeah, we have some problem with the bike. Then there's the one caused the bike crash. Yeah.
Okay, so for the next round, we're going to Zhuhai, and for round 5, we're going to Zhuhai. So, how do you think? How does he feel about coming back to it after such a long time?
你的感觉，如果下一场因为回到珠海主场，你的感觉怎样？
在下一场中国的时候，争取发挥得更好，谢谢。
Try the best in the hometown 啦 ，home ground。
Could you give a quick shout out to your fans watching at home?
你要跟你的粉丝讲什么？
希望大家多多支持我，谢谢。
Thank you so much, and good luck for the race coming up. All right, we're with Watcher and Tuptimon here at the East NJT Racing Team Garage. We have his teammate here who will translate for us. So the first question is a DNF in race 1. Could you tell us about what happened?
ก็เกิดอะไรขึ้นบ้างที่ถึงไม่จบเลนเมื่อวาน
ก็เมื่อวานมีการได้ตามครับแล้วก็ช่วงโค้ง10
So we're back again with the East NJT Racing Team riders. So quick one, could you guys give a big shout out to all your fans watching back home in Thailand?
ไอ้นี่ขอบคุณแฟนเชียร์เราพูดก่อนเลย
ภาษาไทยครับ
ภาษาไทย
ก็ขอบคุณนะครับสำหรับคนที่ติดตามเชียร์ทีม East NJT ครับวันนี้ก็มีอีกเลสครับฝากติดตามด้วยนะครับทีม East NJT ครับ250แล้วก็มีตัวพันครับ
ครับ ก็ฝากเชียร์ผมด้วยนะครับน้องใหม่เบอร์144ในรุ่น250ครับผมขอบคุณครับ
ครับก็ ช่วยเป็นกำลังใจเชียร์พวกเราด้วยครับทีม East NJT Racing Team ครับผมเบอร์ 94 ครับขอบคุณครับ
All right, thank you so much, guys. Good luck for the race later on.
Good to hear there from East NJT Racing Team. They brought literally a lot of colour to the ARRC Championship. We saw them for the first time last year and they've really raised their game. They've got some great riders on board covering 250s and Superbike as well. Really well organised team. And now we're on track with the 600s. This is a 15-minute session. You can see the riders are on their outlap currently. And before we talk about yesterday's race, should mention an announcement from Race Control. This race was reduced from a scheduled 12 laps yesterday to 10. It's subsequently been reduced to 8 laps this afternoon. The reason for that is tyre wear. It's an issue we've seen at Mandalika in MotoGP and in World Superbike. But this circuit, a combination of the surface and the layout, means that the right side of the tyre takes a real hammering. There are 17 turns altogether, 11 right and 6 left. But there's a long section where you're pretty much on the right side of the tyre from turn 5 through to turn 11. And then, of course, you come into the final section, which ends up in that long spoon before you get onto the final turn at turn 17, which is a left-hander, but it's really hard on the right side of the tyres. Yesterday, we saw Azroy, who'd led the whole race, have a tyre deflate at the start of the last lap, which took him out. So it was really bad luck for Azroy, who has had more than his share of bad luck this season. To be exact, let's have a look. He's I mean, one of the best riders in the championship, is down in 7th, having scored a total of 50 points, 1 win, 2 5th places, and 3 DNFs now with yesterday. So really bad luck, as I said, for one of the best riders in the championship, Azroy Hakim Anouar. And because his tyre failed, basically at the end of lap 9, there's an indication of the problems that are being faced by these riders. It's nothing to do with the tyre manufacturer, because they're different for both World Superbike is different, MotoGP different again. It's a combination of the circuit layout and the track grip levels. And going back to qualifying, further evidence yesterday was that Helmi Asman came out with, very early on in the qualifying session, with the qualifying rear tyre and just found it too grippy. It was tending to push him on at the corners, so he didn't score well early in the session on his qualifying tyre, but he did come and snatch qualifying by quite a margin. In fact, it was a margin of half a second, which is amazing in this category. He did that on mediums. Daniel Bogas has joined me again after that nice little session with East NJT. Daniel won't have heard, but I was just talking about the reduction in race length and perhaps the reasons for it, and the evidence that we've seen, which is, of course, the race-long leader Azroy having a tyre fail at the beginning of the last lap, and also the evidence from Helmi's qualification yesterday, where he set that time on medium.
Yeah, I think it's a great call. So the tires should be able to finish the race for all the riders. a lot of them did have grip issues about midway. This track is just really high rolling, a lot of spin, especially in the 600s, where your RPMs are well around 9 to 12 for most of the corners. So the tires just happen to kick up a lot. So the heat will be a factor, and looking at how hot it is today, I think it's a very, very good call.
Yeah, a lot of the riders were saying how hot it was yesterday, and it does feel a little bit hotter today.
Oh yeah, it very
as
much
Daniel
is.
shoves a pocket-sized fan up his shirt sitting next to me.
Yeah, no, the heat really is kicking up today. It's a lot more humid. So I'm sure the riders are very happy to know that 8 laps for this time around. Because the surprising comment that I got from Helmi, mind you, Helmi's a very fit rider. He's a very strong rider. He told me that 10 laps here felt long. That was a big surprise to me. So that just shows how much they're working on the bike. You can see the rear tires are just kicking out slightly. That's the characteristic of a Dunlop tire. It likes to slide around, which is really nice as you flow through the corners. But because of how long and flowy these turns are, it really heats them up.
Yeah, and it was, for most of the race anyway, a story of Bunsu Honda getting away from the others. And the other thing, talking about Helmi Asman, is just how well he managed his tyre wear. He didn't go crazy. It was a really mature, assured performance. He timed it well to beat Karel Idampawi, his teammate. It was an important thing for him to do for his championship chances and psychologically, and he pulled it off brilliantly.
Yeah, no, we've definitely seen riders like Helmi just really start to understand how to maintain his race better, and he's really looking good coming into this part of the season. Another strong rider there is Kip, but Kip just fell short at the last lap. He did say he was trying to avoid Azroy, and that caused him to lose a bit of the gap between him and Helmi. But it's a great battle between 3 great riders in Bunsu Honda.
Yeah, a few riders just gone through the shot there who will be looking for better things today. Kito Abe is one of them. Abe finished 4th yesterday, so off the podium after his magnificent performance last time out at Sugo. He came good late in the race, so his tyre management seems to be good. And also Nakarina Tirapuvapat for Honda Racing Thailand. He got a bad start and never really recovered from it, finishing 7th, which was disappointing for him in championship terms. That put him down from 2nd, where he began round 4, to 4th, behind Kip, Helmi and Abe.
Six and a half minutes left in this warm-up session. It's been a decent one so far, but it's a familiar name at the top. Helmi Asman. Nakarin splitting the Bunsu paddock now. He's in 3rd. So 138.385 from Nakarin.
Yeah, there'll be a serious effort to improve from Nakarin, no doubt about that. I'm also want to see Ibrahim Noureddin, who looked really promising on Friday in free practice, and we didn't see any of it yesterday, really. We know what he's capable of.
Yeah, I was just talking about it with one of the riders down there. We were just discussing about what could have been Ibrahim's problem throughout Saturday. And we just suspected that where everyone else made a big step, Ibrahim has just instead made a smaller step than they have. So Ibrahim might just need to find a little something here in the warm-up. They probably have data from yesterday's race to understand what to do better. Because we know Ibrahim, he's a race winner. He's a fantastic rider. He's ridden this R6 before. So we hope to see him in that battle, because Minamimoto was fantastic on the R6. So we hope to see him fighting up there. Here's another good rider, Ratapong Villarot.
Yeah, who's pretty consistently performed not as well as we expected. He's in this session 1 minute off. Yesterday he finished 12th, which is not what we would expect. He's the 2018 champion. Supersport 600 was the blue ribbon class in 2018. Superbikes came in 2019.
I was just watching Ratapong on the gas there. That was amazing. You could just see him just controlling the rear, just trying to keep it on grip while keeping on the gas. It's amazing. Oh, look at that slide there. That's the characteristic of a Yamaha. It's very aggressive on the brakes, on engine braking. It likes to let that tail slide. Ratapong, he looks really good on the bike, but it just hasn't translated into a top 5 result this weekend.
Yeah, and let's talk a little bit about Andy Farid Izdihar. Won the AP250 championship, of course, last year, and came in, and I think rightfully so, into Supersport 600 for this year with Yamaha Racing Indonesia. It looks like slow progress in one way, in another not so much, because the margins are so tight between these riders.
Yeah, that's the thing that I find amazing with this Super Sport class. Whereas some might see it that, oh, he's finishing down in 10th or 11th, but the time on time difference per lap is only about 0.6, 0.7 down to about just a second. Even here, you can see all the way down to 13th, Rei Matsuoka. That seems far, but it's only 1.3 seconds away. So they're really closely timed. They're all riding very quickly. It's just that some riders have that slight edge here and there. And Ibrahim Nordin, 138.102. That's the fastest lap from him so far. He is closing down onto that 37 that Helmi had.
So he's got really quick there. That's by far the best we've seen of him this weekend, even though he was strong on Friday. This is a really good sign for this afternoon. Got so many great quality riders here. I mean, look really at the top 10, 11, 12. Almost every rider is really good quality. Some are experienced, some less so, and coming up. But the quality in this field, we say it every time out, is just phenomenal. And now we've got Ibrahim back. It's fantastic.
Oh, I love this category. But all the way down to 7th, the gap is only 0.477. It's absolutely tight in the top 10. It's just a fantastic category.
Yeah. Panasonic coming through well as well. He's in P8 within 6/10 of the fastest time of Helmi Asman. Helmi's time 1:37.955. And looking at race laps, the fastest yesterday was Helmi Asman on 1:38.275. Khalid and Powie there just running off. And we're looking there, yeah, back with Ibrahim Noureddin. Definitely worth a look. The young Malaysian won Supersport 600 races before, and as Daniel rightly said, we know what he's capable of. I was delighted to see him on the entry list again. I ran into him at the airport on Wednesday, and he was super excited to be back in ARRC. And thinking about yesterday's results and what they might mean for later on, Kito Abe 4th. He's currently 7th, 0.4 of a second off the best time. We just look at Ibrahim. Hopefully that's a minor issue that's caused him to slow down and move off the track there. Team taking a look to see what that might be. But it's a very good team indeed that he's with, Yamaha Gen Blue Racing, with ASEAN. There is Ratapong Willarot we were talking about earlier. Taking those nice smooth lines. We hope he can find that those extra few tenths that he needs to put himself in contention and get the results that we know he's capable of. Beautifully turned out, the Yamaha Thailand team. Sole representative in ARRC is Ratapong Willarot in the Supersport 600 class. There is the luckless Azroy, hoping for better things for him this afternoon. He crosses the line. Looks like he will be 3rd in this warm-up session, 3/10 off the best time of his teammate Mohammed Helmi Asman. Ibrahim Noureddin on the Yamaha, splitting those two Bunsu Hondas. So Ichiro Minamoto, yesterday's 3rd place finisher, was 4th, and Nakarina Terapuvapat 0.43 down on Helmi in 5th place and very much in touch, and 8 thousandths slower was Karolidin Paui, Kito Abe 7th. A few more riders to come through. I think that might be Galanghendra, not sure. But I don't see anybody threatening the results there. So there's a look up the hill. Hopefully that will be covered in green vegetation one day, but it's a good viewing point now. And that acts as the backdrop for the results. And the results confirm that Helmi Asman with a 1:37.955 is quickest in this morning's warm-up session. Ibrahim Noureddin close behind him for Yamaha Gen Blue Racing. Azroy Hakim Anwar, who led all but one crucial last lap yesterday for Bunsu Honda, 3rd. 4th fastest Soichiro Minamoto. 5th Nakarin Aturapuvapat for Honda Racing Thailand. Karolidin Paui in 6th for Bunsu Honda. 7th Kito Abe for 1XOX TKKR, and Honda Racing Thailand's Panasorn Khaoson T was 8th. 9th was Galanghendra Pratama for Yamaha Racing Indonesia. Ratapong Wilrot for Yamaha Thailand. Fadila Arbi Aditama into Astra Honda, covering for Gary Salim. Adinanta Putra for Astra Honda in 12th. 13th Andy Fadley, a 1:39.3, best time for him in warm-up. Ray Matsuoka, the wild card for Yamaha Racing Indonesia, 1:39.3. And Xiao Juntong, Chinese rider for Victor Racing MLT Yamaha, was 15th. I haven't seen Gary Salim talking about Fadila's stand-in job, a very fine stand-in job he's been doing, finishing 5th yesterday. But of course, if he's listening, we do wish you, Gary, a very speedy and full recovery. So one more warm-up session to go, and that of course is the ASB 1000, the Superbike class. Lots of talking points there too. So we'll be coming back to you with that in, let me see, 10:25. So we're running a little bit late because of the oil spill earlier. Should be back with you for the ASB 1000 warm-up session in about 5 minutes from now. Oh, there we are, we have an official. Pit exit will open 10:40, that's in 7 minutes time. And before that, we will be in pit lane with some more news and comments with Daniel Bogers. I'll be back with you in 7 minutes from now. So stay with us, you're watching the warm-up sessions for round 4 of the IDEMITSU FIM Asia Road Racing Championship.
So we're down here at Honda Racing Thailand with none other than Panason Kausanti. So Panason, yesterday in the race, you were collecting points consistently throughout the season, and again it was a decent finish this time. Could you talk to us about that race?
Yeah, this is the first time to be here in the Mandalika for me, and practice 1 and 2 and really good. And practice 3, I'm more the confident and the setting the bike. So in the morning qualify, I had a problem with the engine. I cannot the best lap for the pole position, and yeah, and no problem for the last one. And I push really hard for the top group. Yeah, and I finished the 9th position in the yesterday. So in the morning, I more confident for the bike and for the riding. So in the race too, I think the podium and the keep up for the podium, the top group. Thank you.
Well said. One more question now. We have 2 more rounds coming up after this. What is your target for the remaining part of the season?
For the target,
Yeah.
for the
season.
the top group, the top podium.
Very well said. Thank you so much, and good luck for later on. TKKR Racing Team box with none other than Japanese rider Kito Abe. So Kito, strong finish yesterday, P4. Could you talk to us about the race yesterday?
Tomorrow race is many mistake, and Friday practice I crashed FP1, so I can't get no good setting. But tomorrow race is many very good. I get the very good data. So today is a very improved race.
This is one of the first times that we've been here in Mandalika. How do you feel about the Mandalika circuit so far?
Yes, Mandalika circuit is a very high speed corner, and feeling is different in Japanese circuit. I like this track. Yes.
And last but not least, can you give a shout out to your Japanese fans?
昨日ちょっと4位で悔しい結果になってしまったんですけど、今日はしっかり優勝できるように頑張っていきたいと思います。よろしくお願いします。
Thank you so much, Kito. Good luck for the race later.
Great insights there from Daniel's interviews in the pits there with Panasonic and with Kito Abe. And now we're back for the final warm-up session of the morning, and that is the ASB 1000. You're with us live at Mandalika Circuit for round 4 of the IDEMITSU FIM Asia Road Racing Championship. On screen at the moment is Haruki Noguchi. Haruki Noguchi, who started the season really strongly. His challenge has faded, it's fair to say, as that of Markus Reiterberger for 1XOX BMW TKKR has got stronger. But Haruki Noguchi never gives up. He's a superb rider in a superb team, SDG MS Hark Pro. And here he is getting down to business in this 20-minute warm-up session for the superbikes. Distinctive style, really fast through the corners, really aggressive body positioning on the bike, and really effective. So Haruki Noguchi yesterday finished in P4, 7 seconds adrift from the winner. So Haruki has not found an answer yet to the current dominance of Markus Reiterberger. Reiterberger picked up a P2 and a P1 in Sugo last time out at the end of June. Haruki Noguchi just picked up a single P7 and a DNF. So what he was hoping for, to play the home card advantage, didn't work out at all. It's the worst outing that Haruki has had in ARRC. So he's got it all to do. Markus has put himself in a really strong championship position as well. He's now on 143 points, so that's 38 points clear of Haruki Noguchi, who's on 105. And just behind him is the brilliant Andy Farid Izdihar. I say brilliant because this is his first season in, and brilliant because he is the rider who's really been the most threatening to the dominance of Markus Reiterberger throughout this meeting. And I'm including Friday, of course, for that. Friday's free practice session, it was again evident that Andy Farid just got a bit closer every time to Markus Reiterberger. Markus Reiterberger would move away, Andy would respond with another couple of tenths, and it's been like that. He's by no means broken the dominance of the German, who won yesterday by the handsome margin of 4.9 seconds. And Markus Reiterberger this morning, 5 minutes into this session, has got the best lap, 135.308. He got into the 134s in qualifying yesterday, but his best time in this warm-up session is 1.26 seconds faster than the next best, Kazma Daniel, and 0.6 slower than Kazma is Haruki, who is in third. There is the dominant German, although it has to be said that his feathers were ruffled yesterday at the start of race 1 when Zakwan Zaidi for Honda Asia Dream Racing with Showa made a fabulous start from the third row to get the whole shot. Markus found himself shuffled back to about 4th place. It didn't take him too long to get back onto the tail of Zakwan, but he had to work really hard for a couple of laps before he could get past and break away. So no doubt the plan from Zakwan and others, his teammate Andy Farid included, will be to upset the Germans' rhythm as early as possible as they can in the race. But there he is, Markus Reiterberger, the tall German, riding this beautifully prepared, rapid BMW. The BMW, interestingly, is a few kilograms lighter than the Honda, which is not necessarily something one would expect. And here's a rider on screen worth talking about as well, Lachlan Epis, the talented young Australian who's been with us this season for the first time with Evolution Sports. He got better and better here after a little setback on Friday when he missed half a session with a crash, but he went really well in qualifying to start from the second row in P6, and he was going well in the race yesterday. He finished, I think, I'll just check it now, but I think it was 12 seconds off the winner. Yeah, 12.5 seconds off the winner. And the fast-moving and overheating Daniel Bogas has rejoined me now. Welcome back, Daniel, and thanks for those brilliant interviews.
No worries, yeah, it was great to talk to them. I had a chat with Quito's manager actually before I had a chat with Quito. Interestingly enough, Quito ran on the used rear tire and used front from the race, or was it qualifying? I believe it was I got mixed up between the two, but they said that on the rear tire they ran about 11 or 12 laps just now in total time. So he said that they changed the setup, so they're very confident that their tires will have grip and have good rigidity all the way till the end. So they've done something, and it seems that Quito and the team, they're very confident going into this race. He was telling me, the manager was telling me, it'll be much better coming in. So I'm excited to see what they've done, and I'm excited to see how they fare in the race too.
Yeah, absolutely. You could see that Quito Abe was really excited for this afternoon's race. And yeah, absolutely. Can't wait to see what he can do. He was strong later in the race yesterday. And the race will be shorter, as I was explaining a little earlier, for Supersport 600. I believe there's no change for Superbike. They will run over 10 laps, which was reduced from the original 13 laps for the same reason as Superbikes before them. We're on screen now with Kazma Daniel. Kazmayuddin looked strong in the race yesterday. He ended up 6th, but very close with Aslan Shah and Lachlan Epis, those three having a good old battle for P5, which Aslan won. We're looking at the times now. 1:35, almost dead there for Marcus Reiterberger. Kazma still second, but he's narrowed the gap. 0.763 seconds. Not many riders throughout the course of this weekend have gotten that close to him.
Yeah, not many have actually hit the 35, so that's a very good show from Kazma so far.
And Lachlan is 1 second off, and the third fastest in this warm-up session. There is Haruki Noguchi, still looking to find the pieces of the puzzle that are missing, and there is Kazma. I think, was that that's Chiyoyu Joe?
Yeah, Chiyoyu Joe, a bit of traffic for Kazma there, but race of the end, he just couldn't get around that massive BMW front wing. So yeah. Kazma will try to do it on the next lap, I suppose, because he didn't get the right drive out. Marcus now coming out of pit lane as well. So Marcus is going to do another push with 9 minutes left in this warm-up session.
Yeah, 20 minutes for the Superbikes does give time for a bit of experimentation. And Kazma makes his way past Chiyoyu Joe. And here are the two Honda Asia Dream racing machines that we saw on the podium yesterday. Andy Farid Izdihar was second. Zakwan Zaidi was third. Zakwan was really struggling in qualifying yesterday and was grinning like a Cheshire cat on the podium to have finished third, which would have surprised some people, but it was just because his expectations during the race were really low. He looked grim on the grid. He gave it his best, as he always does, and he was pleased to get third, although he did play second fiddle to his rookie teammate Andy on that occasion. By contrast, Andy Farid looked disappointed with second.
Yeah, that was surprising because to me, Andy rode brilliantly. He maintained his tires for about 60% of that race. And then towards the end, we saw him starting to push, make up for the positions. And yeah, he got second, and he looked gutted for some reason. No idea why. I think he was just hoping to get his first Superbike victory on home soil. But nevertheless, it was a great ride from the Indonesian rider.
Yep, he did openly state he wants to get victory for his home fans. But to see that level of confidence and commitment in just 4 rounds into his Superbike career is quite something special, and he is a special rider, Andy Farid.
Yeah, we can expect big things from him coming up in the later rounds of the season, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how Andy does next year.
Yeah, they're currently running in 4th and 5th respectively, Andy and Zakwan. And one of the big questions is, what can they do this afternoon?
Ooh, Marcus is on another good lap. He's improving now. This could very well be a 34. So he's gone fastest through Sector 2. We'll look out for another purple sector in Sector 3. For now, we're just focusing on the 2 Hondas here, Andy and Zakwan. Oh yeah, there we go. Marcus again, a very, very fast Sector 3. So look out for that timing on first place. It's going to drop further. Lachlan Epis as well. He's just gone out from pit lane.
Yeah, Lachlan continuing that good run of form. Visor down for Haruki Noguchi. We can just see those big eyes, but he's grimly determined, frustrated as well. We know how competitive he is. And just thinking about yesterday's race, it was unsettled by that fantastic launch that Zakwan achieved from the 3rd row to get the whole shot. And there is Marcus back into the 134s, 134.5, deep into the 134s.
Yeah, he's going.
In fact, that was quicker than his qualifying time. Sorry, Daniel.
So sorry. No, he's just magnificent. He's always improving, and yeah, he's hunting now. It's another great first sector for Marcus at 26.6. Everyone else 27 and above.
Yeah. But if we saw any vulnerability at all, it was off the start yesterday when Reiterberger found himself just edged out into about P4 and a little clash going into turn 3. And it took him a little while to recover. So the best chance this afternoon is for some of those riders starting from the front part of the grid. So we're looking there at Teo Joe and Osama Mariai.
Yeah, the 2 Malaysian Superbike Championship representatives, a Yemeni and a Malaysian rider. Both of them having a good outing so far this weekend, always improving with each session.
Yeah, Osama with Victor Racing. Again, Victor Racing bringing lots more riders into this championship. These 2 having a good time in warm-up.
Yeah, also nice scrap there between there. You could see the horsepower of that BMW, and a good exit from Teo Joe actually. Aggressive on there, and he just gets that sweeping corners. You can see Osama, he's playing those tighter lines, whereas Teo Joe, he's trying to sweep the bike around, use the power. Very reminiscent of what the gents on top are doing. So he's trying to learn from that, I guess.
Yeah, and any moment now, sometime around this lap, they're going to have those 2 Honda Asia Dream Racing CBRs coming up behind them. We're back with Marcus Reiterberger, who's put in an even faster Sector 1 this time around.
Yeah, he's just on it. He's on the last lap after the 34.5, he did a 35.5. So now he's starting to push again. It's a fantastic first sector. Great Sector 2 as well, 19.4. He was doing 19.5 when he did his 34.5 lap. So we'll keep an eye out for Marcus. No, that's Cosmo. Oh, there is a patch on his rear tire. It looks like a patch has come off on him. Kito, Abi's manager, said Kito had the same issue yesterday, where I think it was in qualifying or practice, where they had a patch of tire that came out. So yeah, the track is very abrasive on these unlops. So they're looking out for the best setup to try and capitalize on what they can.
Yeah, all the bikes yesterday in the race ran hard fronts and medium rears. Doesn't seem to be any other option at all.
Yeah, I was looking at, again, sorry to bring up Quito's bike again, but the front tire was just completely worn off. It was the most wear I've seen on a front tire in a long time.
And in this session we saw a rather grim-looking Haruki Noguchi. He's down in 6th, best time 1:36.6. That's more than 2 seconds down on the best time in warm-up of Marcus Reiterberger. There's no need to name him, but that was Kazma Daniel.
Always disturbing our cameraman.
Yeah, he qualified 3rd, faded a little bit in the race. We haven't seen Aslan Shah on our screen, but Aslan was looking really strong in the very early stages of the race, and had some error that caused him to run straight on. I'm not sure if we've got to the bottom of that yet, have we?
No, that's what I'm hoping to get an interview with him shortly.
But Aslan and Kazma both looked really strong in the earlier stages of yesterday's race. Ended up a little down the order at 5th and 6th, just ahead of the Australian Lachlan Epis, whose time is just about a 10th slower than Kazma Daniels in this warm-up session. There is Yuki Ito, the evergreen, ever popular Japanese rider in the Yamaha Gen Blue Racing, replacing the injured with arm pump Kemin Kubo. And once again we wish Kubo well and return to this series very soon, but in the meantime his saddle is being very capably looked after by the Japanese, I hesitate to call him a veteran, but I'm going to do it anyway, the Japanese veteran Yuki Ito.
He doesn't look like a veteran, but he is a very well experienced rider.
Yeah, hugely popular as well. Everybody's got a heroic Yuki Ito story, and it's great to have him here. Haruki Noguchi just behind him at the moment. Haruki looking for a solution to the problem of Marcus Reiterberger. He hasn't found it in this session.
Yeah, just look at sector time. Haruki's losing a lot in the first sector against Marcus, but in the second sector he's not too far. He's about 0.2, 0.3 seconds off. Third sector as well, near identical to Marcus's 35 timing. So Haruki's onto something, but I think he's losing around sector 1 and sector 4. That seems to be his Achilles heel for now.
Yeah, those are the most technical sectors, so he's going well on the flowing sections. But given Haruki's skill and corner speed, it's kind of surprising, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've been trying to puzzle this out all weekend.
It's like, this is really a track where I expected riders like Haruki to flourish, him and Kazma, but Kazma, he's doing a great job. We see him in second right now, but Haruki, it's just so weird to think that he's struggling a little bit here. In the early part of yesterday's race, it looked like there was hope. In the first few laps, it looked like Haruki, he was going to manage the tires and he would manage to reach the front, but just towards the end, it seems he just couldn't keep it up, and it's just bizarre.
Yeah, it's definitely not for the want of trying. We saw Haruki crash on Friday. As he pushed and pushed, we saw him crash out of race 2 in Sugo. So you know his heart's in it. The 22-year-old Japanese is prone perhaps to pushing it too hard when he's just trying to find more speed than the bike is really capable of delivering.
We know riders don't are not supposed to take a double checker flag, but we have a double checker flag this time at the start-finish line.
Yes, we do. That's for the short riders, is the bottom one, and the taller riders like Marcus, that's the upper one. Yeah, we do try to inform as well as entertain, ladies and gentlemen.
If you want to get Barry Russell on the stand-up comedian show, we'll get the forms out.
Last time around there for Haruki Noguchi, no improvement for him.
Yeah, the thing is, he looks quick. It's just something's just not clicking with him. 1.8 seconds adrift from Marcus.
Yeah, on a 137 or 135, 36 lap is a huge margin.
So for now, it's just looking, again, Marcus with a 1 second plus gap.
Yeah, I guess, Daniel, you're going to have some work to do in a minute. So let's look at the warm-up results, and there we are. Once again, at the top, Marcus Reiterberger with a 1:34.524, better than his qualifying time yesterday in warm-up. Kazma Daniel, good effort from him. He was second. Lachlan Epis, another great effort from the Australian in third. Fourth, Andy Faridis-Dihar. Fifth, teammate Zakwan Zaidi. Sixth, Haruki Noguchi. Seventh, Yuki Ito for Yamaha Gen Blue Racing. 8th, Aslan Shah for 1XOX BMW TKKR. Jakrit Swangswat for East NJT was 9th. 10th and 11th were Osama Mariai for Victor Racing and Tio Yujo for Savitar Team Asia. So while we wait for the next interview, we have to say that we'll be back at around 12:30 with this afternoon's race action. We'll be joined by the mighty Des Corkill for this afternoon's races. Before that, at 11:10, we've got the pit walk. So if you are at the circuit, do join us there. Come and say hello, take some selfies with the riders, and even us if you really want to. I promise you won't regret it. Lots of goodies to be given out. There it is on your screen there, 11:10 to 11:50. There's the break walk. So we're going to have, we're going to go down for that, and we're going to have some lunch, and we'll be back. The first race of the afternoon, TVS Asia 1 make, is at 12:40. You're with us at Pertamina Mandalika International Street Circuit for round 4 of the IDEMITSU FIM Asia Road Racing Championship.
IDEMITSU engine oils are precisely formulated for meticulously engineered Japanese car engines. We are committed to delivering optimal performance. We fulfill this commitment through 5 ultra-protective benefits known as Quintec Guard. They unleash the peak performance of treasured cars. Drive anywhere with confidence. Feel the excitement in your heart. The highest quality engine oils in the history of IDEMITSU. IDEMITSU IFG7. Flagship engine oil nano-tailored for high-precision engines. Enhanced performance in 7 ways with super protective septic guard technology, the accumulated wisdom of oil experts. Anti-power loss nanotech keeps your engine performing at its peak for extended periods in harsh conditions. Beat the heat. IDEMITSU IFG7. IDEMITSU IRG5. Start like a rocket and ship like silk with super bike-proven nano-tailored oil. Ultra-protective Quintec Guard technology distills the wisdom of oil experts. 5 protective benefits in harmony unleash the peak performance of your engine. Nano Silky Tech ensures extra smooth upshifting at high RPM. Rocket starts, silky shifts. IDEMITSU IRG5. IDEMITSU IRG7. Race-bred nano-tailored oil for enhanced acceleration and horsepower. Even in harsh conditions, the 7 protective benefits of septic guard technology keep your engine performing at its peak. Even a split-second advantage can change everything. Born to win. IDEMITSU IRG7.
Dia kemarin. Nggak ada ya Pak, belum ada ya?
Nggak ada.
Lagi?
Boleh. Thank you.
Jangan lupa follow ya Racing Indonesia.
Oke, siap.
Nanti bisa ambil ada undian di paling ujung.
Siap.
Bisa dapat jaket kaos.
Ini kan?
Iya, betul. Per rider.
Ayo HP aku kamu ya.
Ayo coba putar ayo gratis.
Video. Ini terus.
Yang mau baju galak-galak bisa langsung ke pedok ya.
Besar pulau. Perjalanan gue sih beberapa.
Cóแจกเสื้อผมว่ามีอันคนเดียวคือใครแจกเสื้อนะครับกล้องมาแล้ว
I give you. Saya F1 aja sampai 5 negara sih. Saya baik. Oke, makasih.
Yang mau stiker, ambil.
Garuda. Break. Ya. Oh. Ya. Taiwan. Oke.
Setelah 5 tahun di Indonesia, dengan lahir keluarga yang dan tahun 2023 melalui radio di Pertamina Mandalika, Indonesia Sirkuit Paranasional
atas. Wah. Hah? Sudah boleh saya? Siapa? Siapa nih? Dimas. 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 Habis SL-nya. L habis. Thank you. Budak-budak ni yang main.
Dan kali ini kita bisa menyesalkan untuk area Indo.